Hello again YouTube. LARPers, also known as RPGers, IRL, Flat Earthers, and Joe Exotic.
I've had some kinky sex. I have tried drugs through the younger years of my life. I am broke as shit.
I have a big juicy tip for you today, but this time it is literally just the tip, since the technology I speak of is not yet available for public consumption, nor did they announce if it will be free. However, the results this bad boy produces is definitely the meta of text to animation. If you don't know what the word meta means, it is a term used by nerds like myself which stands for most effective tactics available, which is commonly used in MMORPGs such as WoW, Final Fantasy and New World, which are the games I put the most hours into, and they are also my favorite games that I hate with a passion. I wish I knew how to quit you.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Why don't you just let me be, huh?
It's alright.
Anywho, let me introduce you to the future of text-to-video AI creation with a site called Facebook. I mean Meta AI. Jesus, it is really hard for me to say Meta. Don't make fun of my accent. I still don't get what Facebook is doing with all this metaverse mumbo jumbo. With Meta AI, you can make a video. You can use state-of-the-art AI technology to generate videos from text, and oh boy, do these videos look good. I will say that I haven't seen this in the hands of any YouTube content creator, so the verdict is still out on what this tool can actually produce. If you want to get your sticky fingers on this tool today, take a look at the registration link in my video description. I will follow that up with, I don't know if this tool will be free. Let's take a look under the hood, shall we? Here is the site Meta AI. Immediately we are met with a background of some running horses and a real life depiction of what a hybrid dog superhero would look like. I wonder what his special powers would be. Perhaps it would be hearing and smelling really good. I know dogs can already do that. I mean times 10. On second thought, I wouldn't wish that superpower on my worst enemy. Let's move on. Whoa, I'm immediately met with the kind of creepy stuff I see in my nightmares and AI art. Here, we see an anthropomorphic bear painting a 3D portrait of another bear. Mind equals blown. There is so many layers to how deep this metaphor goes. Get it? Metaphor, because it's on the meta, and it's a metaphor of another metaphor using a tool that is the meta. Alright, sorry about that one. Okay, now we see. Actually, I'm not sure what we see. It's almost like one of those claymations back in the day, but of a robot dancing in Times Square. Oh yeah, says right there on the description on the left. Robot dancing in Times Square. Here we have a cat watching its favorite TV show and constantly changing the channel with what it looks to be a human hand. Wow, I don't even want to think about what it took to create this human cat hybrid, but it definitely looks surreal, as it says in the description. Alrighty, last we have a, oh my god, I'm not sure if that's cute or gross, but it's definitely surreal and nothing short of amazing. Let's check realistic examples. Amazing. I couldn't distinguish this from the real thing. The paint is smearing realistically and changing color as the artist mixes colors. Next, we have the sequel to Finding Nemo live action movie. That looks great. Okay, what's next? Here we see a Siamese couple walking in the rain. I kid. In all seriousness, minus the connection of bodies, the amount of details that goes into this is astounding. The raindrops hitting the umbrella and ground, the moving bushes in the background, the reflections of the lights off the wet ground, the functioning street lights. The clothes move differently because they look like they are wet and heavy. Amazing. Okay, moving on. Check out this horse drinking water, which is a phrase I'd never thought I'd say. This is crazy. The muscles on the horse are moving naturally. There is ripples in the water, shadows created by the eyelids. But, like most AI photorealistic videos, the subject has no eyes, but that is because they have no soul. How about stylized? Very retro. This looks like an 80s movie, kind of like the old Godzilla movies. No, not that Godzilla movie. The one with... No, not that one either. Yes, this old Godzilla movie where apparently Godzilla was also a Japanese wrestler. You got to love the 80s. This next one looks like this couple is melting because they are made of oil and decided to step out in the rain. Awesome possum. Imagine what you can do with paintings like Starry Night. Alright, next we see, I'm not sure, what am I looking at? I guess a book by the window. I could have done that one myself in real life, but thanks Meta or Facebook, or whatever you call yourself nowadays. This last one is of a baby panda, wearing some strange clothes. I'm not a fan of this one, but, hey, you can do this, if this is what your imagination looks like. Now let's bring out the big guns, and get into the juicy action. Looking at the section from static to magic is perhaps the technology I'm interested in the most. Take your 2D photo, painting, or pics and bring it to life. It's like tripping balls, but without destroying your life on drugs. Don't take drugs, or you will end up giving speeches on how your life took a terrible turn for the worst, like Tyrone Biggums here.
That, children, was the first time I s***ed a for crack.
I once did something similar on myheritage.com. Just to be clear, I'm talking about the 2D to 3D animation, and not what Tyrone said. Then after I did it the second time, the site asked me for $50 to $99 a month to do it again. Never again. Which leads me to my next question. Will this be free? I will find out more, and report back to you. But let's take a look at the magic. Before we do that, feel free to like, subscribe, and grab your own refreshments. Here we see a painting of a sailboat in rough seas. This is truly mind-blowing, and brings a picture to life. This is my personal favorite. Look at the terror in this picture. Can you believe people used to do international travel this way? It's like, next stop, Davy Jones' locker. My goodness. Now, we see a yoga pose at sunrise. Not my cup of tea, but I'm sure someone that's into yoga might love this. But again, this is something I could have done myself. I have to admit though, this girl has a better body than me, and I don't bend that way, so maybe I can't do this myself. Let's just say it's not as cool as the sailboat. Last we see a turtle swimming happily in the ocean. Normally I would change the channel if I was watching this, but knowing it was created from a 2D photo blows my mind and creeps me out at the same time, which is an unusual combination created by the sheer amount of jump in technological state-of-the-art advancement in AI art, which really seems like magic. Just a month ago, I would have told you this is impossible to get AI videos this clean. Now here we are watching this soulless turtle made from the ether float around in a artificially generated ocean created by diffusion technology. Don't quote me on that. I'm assuming they are using diffusion tech. Now let's take a look at what happens when you add a pair of images. We have two images of asteroids here. Very cool. It made a very realistic animation of asteroids floating in space. I loosely use the term realistic because I don't think anyone has actual close-up footage of asteroids floating in space like this, or has survived to tell the tale. Up next, it looks like purple Legos, and what I can only describe as a sea of purple stuff, which equals a very cool ocean of fuchsia. I can already imagine the things you can combine to create neat effects. Last we have a family walking into the sunset on the grassy field, and the dad points at something to probably make another dad joke. This is perfect for the guy that doesn't have a family, but wants to pretend for a second he has a wife and son that loves to take walks with him during sunset. There we go. Technology providing solutions for every customer. You are most welcome, lonely guy. Now moving on to adding extra creativity to your video. I did a tutorial to do this now through Stable Diffusion, but that current process is much more involved, and my videos were much more glitchy. But hey, if you are going for artsy, that might be a good thing, right? It looks nothing like this though. This is some next level stuff, at least, if it works the way they have advertised it. Meta makes it seem like you can just input the video and get a stylized output based on your parameters. We will see when they release this tool. I will put out compilation videos to showcase a bunch of videos I made when I can get my grubby hands on it. So getting into this, we see variations of videos of an astronaut floating in space, which is obviously fake because we never went to the moon and the earth is flat. We now know how they created all those videos of people on the moon. They did it with this tool. Just kidding. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Next we have a confusing video. The original video looks like the crazy outputs you get from AI text to video generation, but it is the input video sample. Anyways, the output is stunning, and I'm not sure how the program thought of all these dance moves with that one short sample video. Last we have some bunnies eating grass that made another video of some bunnies eating grass. I'm not sure what Meta was trying to show us here. I do see what appears to be eggs in some of the videos. Considering that was the last sample, it was a bit anticlimactic, so let's do a recap. With this amazing technology you can do surreal videos of a bear painting a 3D portrait of itself with its questionable hand, as well as a human hybrid cat watching cat videos on TV, or a realistic highly detailed video of a Siamese couple walking in the rain, and even create your own 80s UFO movie. You can add creativity to your original videos simply by uploading them and adding parameters with the video variation feature. And last but not least, you can create surreal videos from your 2D images, paintings, or multiple pictures to generate stunning short videos. If you enjoyed watching the preview of Meta AI and want to see what it looks like when it comes out, click subscribe and I will create a full showcase of this technology when I'm accepted from the registration. Also, there is a registration link as well as a link for this site in the video description. Please leave a comment if you get news before I do, and I'm interested to know if this will be free, when it will come out, and who can use this. And as always, sayonara, aloha, adios, zajian, alavada, aniyan, paralam, and please come again.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out.